Greetings and welcome to your Biological Sciences course for this summer. I am Professor Febres, and the purpose of this short video is to help you navigate uh, the course to make sure that you know where things are, and so that you actually are able to accomplish your work in the easiest way possible. First thing I would like to actually tell you is that this course is a 6 week course. That means we need to cover all the material in a shorter period. To be honest, if I was the one having to take the course, I would prefer to do it this way, as it'll go actually fast because you're gonna be busy from the start of this course all the way to the finish. So the one thing I will tell you is try to stay on top of things. Um, you will have work due every Saturday and every Wednesday. Let me say that again because that's important. Something will be due for this course every Saturday and every Wednesday. The first thing that I will advise you to do when you actually click into this course is go to your syllabus. You will see the welcome message, but then from there you may want to go ahead and go to your syllabus. Information about the course is actually in the syllabus. The book that you need to get, let's go ahead and wait for it to open. It will automatically open here in a few seconds. And if you guys go over, this is running a little bit slow, but if you guys go over, you know, it'll have basically my email address, phone numbers where you can reach me, and all of that information. But most importantly, you want to get the book. And let me tell you a little bit about this. Uh, this course is based on from Valencia East campus, and so to get this text, you have two options. Option number one, you can get it through the bookstore. I think you may want to call, and they will tell you in there how to get it. It's actually uh, the what they're selling is called Launchpad, which has an access code, and that access code basically gives you access to the textbook, but electronically. In addition to that, it has basically practice activities. So if you are the type of person that to study for the exams, to study for the quizzes, you need to deepen your knowledge and learning ability by practicing. I recommend this access code. Um, but you don't need it for my course because the quizzes and the exams are going to be done on the Canvas platform, not on their platform. So you can do the access code if you want to. This is a matter of preference, but if you feel that you actually want to just buy a text, like I know many students, they prefer to go to Amazon and buy and use text, that's fine too. One or the other, this is the information for the text for this course, What is Life? A Guide to Biology is the fourth edition. Uh, and so there you have it. Okay. There's information about the attendance policy. You guys know that on an online course, and with now all of them being online, you need to actually do your first activity, which for this course, it will be a discussion forum introducing yourself. In addition to your first quiz that has to be done by June 24th, for me to actually know that you attended the course and not drop you. So make sure that you guys do this before June 24th. And in reality, like I told you, something is due on Saturday, which is prior to June 24th. So if you want to stay up with the course, you will have submitted your first quiz by this coming Saturday, which I believe is June 20th, and that's prior to June 24th. Keep in mind, and I hope no one has to use this, The withdrawal deadline for this course is July 17. I'm going to be very honest with you. This course, easy, straightforward. I have actually simplified since it's done in 6 weeks. We had to cover the material that we had to cover in a simple way, but you have to stay on top of that. So if you do what I am telling you to do, there is no reason for you to get a bad grade on this course or having to drop it. But in any case, I know things happen and it's being a little bit hefty out there. So if you have to drop the course for any reason, your deadline is July 17th. And then you can continue to scroll down, and I'm just gonna, I mean, there's a lot of information in there for, this is the grading and makeup policy. This exam, or this course, I'm sorry, in order to complete the course, we're gonna be taking 4 exams, which I'll talk about them in a few minutes. There is a final essay, and I'll tell you about it. There are 7 quizzes, and there are 5 discussion forums. And all of that has to be done in a period of 6 weeks. Okay. Um, and so the percentages of each one of these components are in here. Test, of course. Make sure you stay on top of them. They actually are 47% of the grade for this course. Quizzes, 24%. The discussion forums, a little bit less, or half of that, I would say, like 12%. And then the final essay is 17%. So that one is also very important. This is your schedule, and you will see I have broken it down into weeks, and every week is a module, and I'll show you how to get to that. So you see week 1, week 2, then week 2.5 or 2.5, because like I said, since work is due every every Saturday and every Wednesday, so the Wednesday will be half of the week, and then the Saturday will be the whole week. So you have like 2.5, you will see that you have week 3, 3.5. So the point fives are actually on the at the end of the week. So these ones will be due on Saturday. These ones will be due on Wednesdays. But on and all, you guys have here basically for example, you start with scientific thinking. That is on chapter 1. And so you have to read sections 1.1 to 1.17. And the quiz number 1 is due on June 20th. So you see that you have the due dates right there. And then also you have to do your introduction discussion forum, and make sure that you do it by the due date. It's supposed to be June 20th, but because of the attendance policy, I extended it to June 24th. So as long as you do it before June 24th, you're fine. But then keep in mind that on June 21st, exam number 1 opens. And so it'll include chemistry, sections 2.1 to 2.6. But notice that exam, since this is an exam, is to actually assess what you have learned so far. There's going to be material from chapters 1 and chapters 2. So you need to know your material from quiz 1, and then the new learn material from chapter 2. And so the exam will be on chapters 1 and chapters 2. And so on. You know, you will have everything laid out on this schedule all the way to makeup days, which I'll tell you about them in a few seconds. And in addition to that, basically the essay. If you guys go, so this is your schedule. And so let's go to the modules right here. If you click on modules, then you will see how everything is laid out. On modules, you have here week 1. This matches the schedule actually, but you have week 1, you have discussion. Basically, you have the instructions for emailing me or shooting me an email before June 24, acknowledging that you have read the schedule. You have, if you choose to do the launchpad with the access code, these are your links to gain access to that. If you are having just the textbook, you don't need this link. But for every chapter, I have actually included PowerPoint presentations. So these lecture notes, those are the PowerPoint presentations. They summarize the material. And then at the end, there is the assessment. In this case, there is the quiz at the end. Now, let me tell you about quizzes and exams really quick. Um, so quizzes, you can do those or think of them as book open note, completely open book open notes assessment. The 3 or 4 days that they are available, you can actually click on it, you can print it, and you can actually go over the book and try to find the answers. These questions are a bit comprehensive, so they're not like straightforward questions, but these are questions that make you actually put two and two together to get the right answer. That's actually why you're taking this science course. It's just to develop your critical thinking skills. But you can actually open the quiz, print it, don't submit it until you have found the answers to all questions. Once you have found all the answers, go ahead and enter them and then submit them. As long as you submit this before the due date and time, you're good. Exams, however, are a little bit different. Exams, they're open for 3 or 4 days. They have a 3 to 4 days window depending on whether you do it from a Sunday to a Wednesday or Wednesday to a Saturday. But once you click open the exam, you have 2 hours to complete the exam. So what does this mean? What it means is that you need to prepare for this exam like if you were studying for a face-to-face exam. Yes, in those 2 hours, you're going to answer 50 questions. So let's say you study, but you forgot one thing or two things. You have the chance to go back to the book and find the answer or look at the answer or clarify any doubts you may have about that question. But you will not, and let me repeat that, you will not have the time to find the answers to all 50 questions in 2 hours. It'll close before you have found the answers to all 50 questions. So please study, prepare like if you were to prepare on an exam that you go and take on campus face to face. Okay. But going back to this, you see this actually the modules they match the schedule, and so some modules they have the discussion forums. Not all modules have discussion forums. Like I said, I modified this course a little bit because it's a 6 week, and I want to make sure that you guys don't have like a lot of work, or I want to make sure the work is doable within 6 weeks. So you don't have discussion forums for all modules, but for some of them, making sure that we go over you guys understanding this knowledge. Last but not least, the final essay. It will open on July 15th, so you can start to work on it from July 15th. And the final essay, entitling that we are one species, is about evolution, which is the platform of biology. Biology is founded upon the theory of evolution. And so I want you to actually read instructions on how to write this essay. You're going to write your essay based on some questions that are actually posted in there. And while writing your essay, there is a discussion forum that also opens on this date. And on the 15th. And so I want you to actually collaborate with your classmates to get ideas, and then maybe put some quotes on your essays while getting them from this discussion forum. I mean, as always, follow the rules of etiquette. Make sure that we are respectful to each other, but make it interesting. And of course, I will be monitoring and actually adding my own opinions, etc., etc. But I think that's it. And I have to keep this under 15 minutes, and it's going to be about 15 minutes. So, um, best way to contact me, email me. I should email you back within 24 hours. I hope that you got everything you need to know. Um, Thank you. And let's go ahead and learn some biology. Have a wonderful semester.